The perfect hopper is a study in architectural contrast. A bowl of lace-thin, shattered glass crispness that cradles a soft, cloud-like center. It is the heartbeat of the Sri Lankan breakfast table. A dish that defies the standard rules of the crepe. While most flatbreads are designed for uniform texture, the hopper is engineered for duality. To understand the hopper, you have to look at the chemistry of the batter. It begins with the humble foundation of the tropics. Rice and coconut. The rice is soaked and ground into a fine paste, then blended with thick, rich coconut milk. But the magic doesn't happen until the fermentation begins. Traditionally, a small amount of palm toddy, the sap harvested from the flower of a coconut palm, is added to the mix. This natural yeast acts as the catalyst, bubbling through the night, transforming the starch into a slightly tangy, aerated liquid. If toddy isn't available, modern kitchens use a pinch of yeast. But the goal remains the same: to create a batter that is alive, light, and ready to rise. The vessel is just as important as the ingredients. The hopper is cooked in an appachatti, a small, deep, rounded pan that looks like a miniature wok. This shape is the secret to the dish's physics. When a ladle of batter is poured into the center, the cook performs a practiced, rhythmic swirl. The liquid climbs the curved walls of the pan, coating them in a thin, translucent film, while the excess settles into the deep, rounded bottom. As the heat hits the metal, the physics of the bowl take over. The thin layer clinging to the sides crisps up almost instantly, turning into a golden, brittle lattice. Meanwhile, the pool of batter at the base remains thick, shielded by its own volume, steaming into a soft, spongy, pancake-like texture. It is a single bite that offers two distinct experiences: the snap of a cracker and the chew of a warm, fermented bread. In Sri Lanka, the hopper is a canvas for the day's mood. The plain version, or appa, is a masterpiece of minimalism, often eaten with a dollop of lunu miris, a fiery, punchy sambal made from crushed red chilies, onions, lime juice, and sometimes dried Maldive fish. The heat of the chili cuts through the richness of the coconut milk, creating a balance that feels essential in the humid island air. But the hopper is also a vessel for indulgence. Crack an egg into the center just as the batter begins to set, and you have an egg hopper, where the yolk acts as a creamy sauce that soaks into the spongy base. Or, for those with a sweet tooth, there is the milk hopper, where a splash of sweetened coconut cream is added during the final moments of cooking, caramelizing slightly against the heat of the pan. The history of this dish is as layered as its texture, while the exact origins are debated. The appam, as it is known in Tamil, has been a staple of South Indian and Sri Lankan cuisine for centuries. It is a testament to the ingenuity of ancient cooks who looked at the abundance of rice paddies and coconut groves and found a way to turn them into something more than just a meal. It is a dish that requires patience, a steady hand, and a deep respect for the fermentation process. Today, the hopper remains a social anchor. It is rarely a solitary meal. It is food meant to be shared in the early morning light or late at night at a roadside stall, where the smell of toasted coconut and fermented rice hangs heavy in the air. Watching a skilled cook churn out dozens of hoppers in rapid succession is like watching a performance. Each swirl of the pan is identical, yet each hopper comes out with its own unique pattern of lace and color. When you finally pick one up, you don't use a knife or fork. You use your hands, breaking off the crispy edges first, dipping them into the spicy sambal, and saving the soft, Pillowy center for last, it is a ritual that connects the eater to a long lineage of island tradition. In a world of fast food and standardized snacks, the hopper stands as a reminder that the best things in life often require a little bit of time, a little bit of science, and a whole lot of heart. It is more than just a breakfast crepe. It is the task